Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce my name first. My name is Bobi Iskandar Nur Alam. My metric number is 1991732. And I'm doing some recap of what the lectures do and have taught us as a student from week 1 to week 13. And this is the subject of MGM 3352 or Business and Law. So today I would like to sum up what I've learned from business law since the very beginning in the week one, and I gotta admit it's quite hard for me because I'm from Indonesia, from not from Malaysia, which have some different law from my country, and studying about law is not always easy because we need to carefully and understanding the meaning of some of the words of the law words. But as soon as I jump into the case that the doctor provide at the beginning of the week, I started to understand and getting better on how to understand law about the section to justify and correlate with the case itself. On the first week of our offline class, I pretty much remember that the doctor teach us about the basic of law, which is the element of contract in the Act of 1950. In that time, the doctor really told us about the agreement of a contract, the consideration, and also the capacity. The doctor also mentioned that the contract is a binding agreement or a document legal that contains terms and condition. She really paying attention on that meaning. The next week in the second week we learn about the free consent, which related to the coercion, undue influence, fraud, and misinterpretation. And the most common case of the contract in Can I Help You assignment that doctor provide is about law of agency, which is told us specifically about the authority of an agent, responsibility, duties, and a lot of more. But after that, due to the pandemic of COVID-19, we have to proceed to the online class, which is kind of new things and have its own challenge, but we have to get through it. And we get to the Google class or virtual class that doctor provide for us, which is less productive in my opinion. But the doctor still teach and explain us more about the next lesson, which is LLP Act of 2012 or Limited Liability Partnership Act. From this lesson, I conducted that I learned how the foreign limited liabilities partnership in Malaysia, especially what is the requirement, what to do if there's an outstanding assets or some dissolved limited liability partnership assignment, and the general penalty. And also the doctor also gave us a group assignment in this subtopic with she told us to make a mind map of based on our LLP, and that the doctor has the group divided before, but it helps us for more understanding about the LLP by practice. I mean, like the actual practice with the mind map. Next, after done the LLP Act lesson, our group mind map is being presented in 3 weeks, I think, like group by group, in oral presentation. It's also about the oral we're doing presentation about breach of contract with oral text. No, it's just not helping us to understand the lesson, but it also help us to speak English more fluent and more. It helps our skills to advance. We continue to the next act, which is sale of goods, hire purchase. In this, I learned that in sale of goods, it's about between the buyer and the seller, but it's also about the duties, the payment agreement, and of course the condition of the goods which related if there's damage. The next lesson that I've learned on this case is on Consumer Protection Act, which is we're doing it online, so the doctor asked us to make an oral presentation of the case for our better understanding. It's all about the right and protection of consumer against the seller. I think the most difficult one or the most challenging one is when we're doing our group assignment in mock trial, because we have to make a video that the first plan is we're doing in class, like not in class but still make a video, but instead of COVID-19, so we have to mix up our group video, each person from different area, so we have to make the best of it. So actually we are doing it okay, but I'm still not a little bit satisfied because we have to balance with our condition. So I think that's all that I can sum up from MGM 3352 by Dr. Rosanna. I'm personally said very thank you and so much thank you. Even if we are not having an offline class, during the online class you're really helping us to understand about the law, especially about what you've taught before. I'm hoping that we could meet in a better circumstances, in a better condition after this pandemic. I hope this pandemic over soon, and I hope to meet all of my classmates, all of my lecturers, and thank you for making the best of this condition, Dr. Rosanna. Thank you. I really learned so much from you and from this subject. Thank you.